Is Huawei's new flagship laptop the MacBook Pro killer? Stick around to find out. Hi guys, it's me, Amanda, and welcome back to my channel. And if you are finding me for the first time, welcome. I'm an athlete, an entrepreneur. I own my own indoor sports facility here in the Philippines. I am also a commercial model and an anchor for ESPN Sports Center Philippines. Apart from doing all of that, I also enjoy vlogging about travel, lifestyle, and of course, sports. Now, as you can imagine, with all of the things that I'm doing and all of the demands, I will require that all my gadgets keep up with me. Out of all the devices that I use on a day-to-day basis, it is the laptop that I use the most. Whether it's editing videos as a vlogger, editing images for my social media account, or of course, using Microsoft Excel and different programs in order to make sure that my business stay on top of its game. Of course, I also use my laptop as a media device. I cannot say that enough, but when I need me time, chill time, away from the hustle and bustle, I watch Netflix on it. So of course, the display is a big deal for me because I'm staring at that for the last 3 hours of my day or 2 hours of my day. So guys, full disclosure, I have been an Apple user since 2004. I started out with the MacBook Pro and I have been upgrading ever since. I've used the iPod and of course currently using the iPhone. I can get to all of that later, but first we really need to answer the question whether or not the Matebook X Pro is going to be the product that finally converts me into the Windows world. Let's open it up. So I've unboxed all of it and these are the contents that are inside. You have the 65-watt charging block, of course the laptop, and the USB-C port which you can use for other Huawei devices and other smart devices these days. As you can see, first impressions, it looks super cool. It looks very stylish, it's sleek. This is the space gray color. It comes in two other colors, the emerald green and of course the mystic silver. But here in the Philippines, we have the space gray and I'm so excited about it because it looks so sleek and very stylish. And not only that, I'll get to the specs, but it is also very powerful. Okay guys, the question is, can I open this with one finger? Let's see and try it out. The finger. Oh wow, very easy. And there you have it. The Matebook X Pro is a 13.9-inch display with very minimal bezels, and the reason being is because they want it portable. As you know, I'm on the go, I'm traveling, and I'm doing all sorts of things, and the last thing I want to do is to be lugging things around. And one of the biggest things about having the small bezels is the camera here is actually recessed. And if you care a lot about privacy, you know, when I see people in meetings and we have all our laptops open, most of them have masking tape on top of the webcam. And I just found out later, because I'm like, why do you do that? Is because different people can actually watch you as you're doing your work, which is annoying, but now because it is recessed, it takes care of that problem. Another thing to note about the security is the power button here over on the right side, top right. It actually doubles up as a fingerprint sensor so that you can be sure that whoever opens the laptop and accesses the files needs to have your approval first. Also, opening the computer and accessing the files with your finger is definitely easier than typing in your password. Then you have a full keyboard here, which is backlit, and of course the tactile trackpad. And I like the fact that it is nice and spread out with the distance of the keys traveling further than the other laptops. And I enjoy that because it makes it easier to type. As you know, as a business owner, I'm typing up reports upon reports upon reports, and you just want to make sure that it's as comfortable as possible. Before we go any further, we're gonna check the sound and see what it really sounds like when I type. Approved. One thing that you will notice if you use the trackpad is that it is easier to press further down the bottom than it is at the top. I don't know if that will bother you, but another super cool thing, if you don't want to be using the trackpad, is they offer the trackpad right here, which is actually the display. So if you guys didn't know, the Matebook X Pro has a touchscreen feature again with the use of the finger. But one super cool thing about it that you need to note that it is Gorilla Glass, making it a little bit more sturdy than the other laptop displays out there. And it also has an anti-fingerprint coating, so you don't have to worry about it getting very sticky. I don't know if the cell phones have that, but I know that with my phone and the other things that I touch, it does get fingerprints on it. So you can ensure that the sleekness of this laptop stays as it is even when you're using it, because then you don't see a lot of fingerprints on it, because hey, that's not stylish, right? Keep it classy. Moving towards the actual power of this laptop, because you might think 13.9 inches, my goodness, you have a weak laptop there. Wrong. This laptop right here, the Matebook X Pro, uses the 10th generation i7 Intel Core processor. If that doesn't mean anything to you, then you just have to try it for yourself. That just means it's really fast. And not to mention, when I'm editing videos on my laptop, when the memory starts getting full, it starts to slow down. And we don't want that, because I am on the go, I am fast, and I'm doing a million things all at the same time. So the 1 terabyte SSD will ensure that I have all the memory that I need, at least before I transfer it to an external hard drive or whatever you use, to make sure that all your files are intact and safe. And if you guys are worried about detail and you're worried about graphics, well, this laptop uses the NVIDIA GeForce MX250 with up to 16 gigabytes of RAM storage, making your work absolutely efficient and, of course, powerful. This laptop also uses the Bluetooth 5.0, which is a very, very strong powered Bluetooth. That means that all your files can be transferred as quickly as possible. So if you are a gamer, you might be wondering, can this laptop handle that? Well, you can actually upgrade it in order to ensure that you have the smoothest gaming experience ever. I'm not a gamer yet, but I'm not closing my mind to it. Who knows, I may not just have found the right game yet, but at least this laptop leaves that option open for me if one day I decide that I just want to game all day long. So another cool feature of this laptop is the ability to share files from the computer into the phone and vice versa using the Huawei Share app. So all you really need to do is step 1, connect to the internet. Step 2, put your phone on top of the Huawei Share sticker that's already on the laptop. I'm doing that right now, and without even a second, I'm going to press connect. It automatically recognizes that I want to be using the Huawei Share and allow. It is super fast. Now, when this happens, the screen on the phone will actually be shown here on the right side of the laptop, and I can actually control the phone with the touchscreen feature of this laptop. So let's say, for example, I want to transfer this photo into the laptop. All I really need to do with my finger is drag it here. And there it is, super fast. I'll double click, let's say I want to edit it and stick, let's say I want it to be that filter. I'll go ahead and save it, save a copy. And after editing or doing everything you want to do on the laptop, which is definitely easier because it is a bigger screen, you can then close that and drop it back into the phone. So it really is that simple. For someone like me who really doesn't want to be having to use different apps like WeTransfer and Drive and all of those things, it is the most seamless and definitely the easiest way to get things back and forth from both devices. And of course, you can even use this screen on the laptop to use different apps like Instagram if you don't want to be picking up your phone, and if you want to receive calls and notifications, you can also use the touchscreen display of the laptop for that. Okay, now so let us compare my current laptop, which is the 2018 MacBook Pro, with the Matebook X Pro. Here we have it. It's very heavy, as you can see, but one of the things that contributes to the weight and the size of this 15-inch 2018 MacBook Pro is obviously my tool case. There are a lot of scratches there because I do take it around, and the heavier it gets and the more tired you are, it just dings it up. So here they are side by side. This is the MacBook Pro 2018 version, and this is the Matebook X Pro 2020. As you can see, this is a lot smaller, being 13.9 inches of display versus 15 inches of display, but this is actually, the Matebook X Pro is actually more powerful than the 2018 model right here that I have and have been using for the last 2 years. So if you guys have been completely dazzled by the Matebook X Pro and you love the portability, the power, and the classiness of the look of this product, it retails for $2,400 US, or converted into Philippine pesos is 119,990 pesos. It is not a cheap laptop, guys, but neither was the MacBook Pro, and neither are Apple products that pack a premium there on their products, because it's Apple, the ease of use and the marketing and all of that. But you know, as mentioned, the frustration of compatibility has just gotten me that curious into the Windows world. And henceforth, the Matebook X Pro, I'm hoping, might be the product that converts me out of the Apple world. So if you're an Apple user, you might just choose to stay in the Apple world, and that's fine. But in my case, I am experiencing a lot of technical issues already and compatibility issues, so I'm already in that boat. I'm in that boat and wanting to try a product that might help me solve all of my issues as both a business owner, a vlogger, and all these different things. So to answer the question at the start of the video, is the Matebook X Pro the MacBook Pro killer? Well, we don't know yet. Actually, I need to be using this laptop for a little bit of time. I need to be trying out the products, of course, Adobe Premiere, Adobe Photoshop, Lightroom, and all of these things for a certain amount of time to see whether or not I am fully convinced that I should step out of the Apple world. Again, expectations at this point is zero, because I've been an Apple user since 2004, so it's gonna take a very magical product to pull me away from it. But if you stick around and subscribe to my channel, I will post a video and talk about my experience getting used to the Windows world. I don't expect it to be easy, because change is not easy most of the time, but I am willing to, because I don't want any more issues with compatibility and other things that have been holding me up in the Apple world. So thank you so much for watching my video. I hope that you enjoyed this unboxing session as much as I did. And guys, stay tuned. Don't forget to comment down below if you have any questions, if you want to just talk about the Matebook X Pro, the Apple world, your experiences. Share them down below, but do not forget to subscribe, because I do want to see you again in my next videos. For now, stay home, stay safe, do your research, and I'll see you again very soon.